A Jack Daniels swilling, pizza eating, dog hating, whore using, cocaine abusing, hairy back, big belly blowhard from New Jersey. The fat little bastard known as Artie Lang.
Hey guys, it's Dan. Listen, it's Friday, and we did Stern Fan Nation yesterday, and it's more than one show. I have to tell you, it cannot be, Stern Fan Nation cannot be contained into one show. So we made it into two shows. But Artie also wanted to play his uncensored pig story from This Is Not Happening. So we're going to play Stern Fan Nation Part 1, then play right after that, Artie on This Is Not Happening with Ari Shaffir, the uncensored pig story, because he was getting a lot of emails saying they only saw the censored one. And then the promo for tonight will be for Monday's show, which is Stern Fan Nation Part 2. We actually split it up into two areas of the building because we were afraid to have them up in the condo at first. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is Stern Fan Nation Part 1, and the electricity's off here in the apartment, so I'm doing this on the battery recorder for our friends south of the border.
Aquí ahora, damas y caballeros, con ustedes,
Artie Lang. And, you know, go ahead, build your wall. Talk to you on Monday.
This is Dan Filato, bring the show to a screeching halt moment, brought to you by Budweiser. Well, you know, everybody here who's a fan of the show knows my guest, and he's one of the contest winners. You're second place, Jer?
Yeah, second place.
Second place. So I thought you were first place. Where's the first place guy is coming next week or something?
Couple of weeks.
So we had a contest, which, I mean, I work with this colossal boobs mostly. There's such fuck-ups. And everybody blames each other. But I ran a contest where it cost me like $10,000 out of my pocket to pay for people to come here. And the contest was basically promote the show. If you could sign up the most people, you could, for the podcast, most friends. Whoever did the most out would get a first prize of $3,000. And second prize was what, Jer? $1,000?
Was it grand, yeah.
And then a chance to come here.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, you've probably been responsible for more people knowing about the show than anybody else because you have, 20,000 followers now on Twitter?
That was actually when you spoke to me last time on air on the podcast.
Right.
I was at about 21,000. That was the day after the Stuttering John
the
thing.
debacle, yeah.
Now, actually, I'm 10 months doing Stern Fan Nation, and I'm just short at 41,000 followers.
Beautiful. Bob Levy is here, and he's a big-time comedian for 30 years, and he doesn't even have close to that.
I have 6,000.
You had like 60,000 once.
No, I got like 50-something.
Oh, okay. So you almost have as much as Bob, right?
I could help Bob get his numbers up even more too.
Now, how do you do that? How do you get numbers up like that? Because you're a guy. Is it just clever tweets? What do you do?
It's a whole lot of things actually. It's basically one of the methods.
Threats. I mean, you never know.
Hey, they work sometimes too, but
they do in this country.
I would advise against it.
Right.
know.
So, no, I mean, that's impressive. So, but first of all, a lot of the stuff you tweet out, the promotion is very funny. The one with me playing drums like crazy is hilarious. It's very creepy in a funny way, though. You got a clip of me playing the drum like with a real crazy look, and that was back on the Stern Show, and you just keep doing over and over again. It doesn't stop. Perpetual motion. And it's very odd. It looks like the devil is drumming. How do you do that?
You could basically capture scenes in GIFs.
Right. Oh, wow.
Through GIF Soup or some of those other sites like that.
And you use that. Now, what about the Stern Show? What's your relationship like with them?
I have absolutely no affiliation. I'm just a fan. I've been a fan since 1988, 89.
Right, and a lot of people thought you did have an affiliation because...
Absolutely none.
Right, because you're Stern Fan Nation, and I thought so at first, too. But, I felt for you because, you, I mean, I'm not going to say anything on the air, but like me, you had some personal issues, and you're working through them. And on Twitter, you're very much an open book. Like, I've made this mistake too. Are you regret anything you've ever tweeted? I mean, you're very honest, and that I'm telling you, man, the criticism is awful sometimes. You know.
Well, it depends on what I'm actually saying and what
Right.
people are saying, pretending to be me.
Now, are you Tom Lennon?
There's
Are you
a
Jay
huge
Lennon?
difference.
Are you also Jay Lennon, the green egg?
No.
You're not? Because that guy talks exactly like you. I thought he was you.
Nope.
He says things that you say. Okay. Well, how many people do this? How many people steal? I mean, that's like very evil to do, you know, because if people think it's you, they could say anything.
Well, actually, the very first account, and I didn't even know about it until one of my other friends on Twitter pointed it out.
Right.
I can mention a couple of names, but I
Well,
won't
no,
right
you,
now.
you,
But
I mean, you shouldn't probably.
you know, well, basically, the first account was actually an exact duplicate of Stern Fan Nation.
Right.
The difference was that the ending of the word fan and the beginning of the word nation, the two ends, there was one end missing.
So it could be that little. And
If you, yeah, and I mean, they copied the same background and the same forward photo, and they were tweeting out as if it was me. And at some point, you know,
and then you confront them, and then it can get ugly.
And yeah, and they just, you know, if you look at it right now, actually on Twitter, it's been suspended for a long time. I've gotten that down.
Oh, good.
But
who gets that down? You complain, and they say because it's like stealing your identity in a way.
Yeah. You basically need to report it into Twitter. You know, since then, well, there is actually a whole war. Nation versus nation, I call it.
Who else is?
If you actually want to call,
it's kind of like ISIS, Taliban. Now, Dan, would you have phone calls that address these issues?
Yes.
Dan's mic was on.
Yes.
Are you on? Is that mic on?
Yes.
Oh, I can't hear you. All right. Did you want to hear a couple of these? Let's see because again, I feel for Jerry in the sense I think he's so out there that these people go after him because he's sort of the head dog, like, you know, the guy who started it all, right?
Yeah.
And you never even know if they mean half of this shit. That's what I found out.
I'm kind of half the. I mean to say the second dog actually. Mutt was actually the first person that started it at Stern Fan
Well,
Network.
he was a Stern guy, yeah, but I'm saying specifically for me, the help you've given me is impressive. And I appreciate it. But let's hear what some of these no good, ungrateful gutter snipes have to say. Dan's pressing play.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mixoplex.
Oh.
Hey, can you ask that moron, Stern Fan Psycho, to finally fess up and apologize for his Twitter death threats? Fucking guy's got some balls to say that I made it up and photoshopped it. Oh, and can you ask him when was the last time he jerked off to Neil Patrick Harris? Thanks, guys.
We all have the same. We all have the same answer for that. It's the series finale of How I Met Your Mother. I think we all have that same answer, or the series premiere of Greatest Time Ever. Now, you threatened to kill Twitter. What did he say? What happened? People are saying you threatened to kill me on Twitter. That's what they said, and we discussed this though, right? I mean, you claim that he photoshopped it, like you're saying, which could totally be true. I don't know who to believe.
Well, actually, the reality of what happened, Artie, is there was basically probably about a good 50, 60 people plus people coming from Stern Nation show podcast.
Yeah.
Andrew Jerkoff, Tony Baloney.
Wait, Andrew. Andrew Jerkoff was Andrew Kurlek or something, right?
Yeah, right. Andrew,
I know a lot of these guys.
Andrew Jerkoff.
We have 8 listeners.
You got it right. Yeah.
I memorized something. I'm a better host than Howard because I've memorized all the names of my listeners. Howard didn't do that.
And Tony Baloney too.
Right. Andrew Kurlik. There's Mixoplex. There's Gunner.
Mixes with dicks.
Right. Mixes with. Yeah, you guys have gay nicknames for each other. And so Mixto sounded pretty rational there, though. Now, he claims that you've threatened to kill me several times.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's go with the TikTok boom tweet. The TikTok boom tweet.
What does that mean? TikTok boom, you're going to send me a bomb?
No, Artie, it was never against you, Artie.
Oh,
basically, what was happening there on Twitter was I basically had about maybe, 50, 60 people coming at me.
Right.
Trying to basically go after the big dog.
Not unlike Donald Trump when he was in between Cruz and the 2 Cubans, right?
And
Right. He said, and that's what Trump said. What are you doing? It's very distracting. Go ahead. What were they doing? Didn't Trump look like he was waiting for two servers to finish an argument there when they were arguing in Spanish? I thought that was hilarious. He said there was two butlers. Look, Jose and Juan. Somebody stole the watch. I'll let you guys talk it out and whatever. And then they're arguing in Cuban in between. Trump's sitting there like a Mussolini. And he was a big dog, and he said the big dogs are coming. They're coming for the big. You're the big dog, and so Gunner and Mixerplex are going to come at you.
So they're basically coming. They're gunning for the big dog,
Right. And what happened?
And I basically warned Mix time and time again. Well, basically the whole TikTok boom tweet was they basically spun that in a way that I was actually going to show up at one of your comedy shows,
Right.
and actually blow up the fucking joint.
First of all, I'd appreciate it. I'd plug it if you let us know beforehand.
Artie, apparently you're still here, right?
Listen, I live here.
That's what Twitter trolls do.
What do they do?
They go after the big dog,
Oh, of course.
and apparently I'm the big dog. So
Well, you are because you
know,
started
the-
this whole thing. But people saw that you gained my affection, and that we were speaking affectionately, and they were maybe jealous. You're saying like we were going to maybe even get together the next time I was in Minneapolis, which I checked my schedule was never. And no, we were going to maybe you come to New York, and people get jealous of that because of course my company is very, very sought after, as you could tell. And I think they said, wait, Art, before you get together with this guy, I just want you to know he wants to TikTok boom you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, basically, the whole TikTok boom thing was basically me talking to these people that were coming after me. And at that point, I basically got about 25, 30 accounts suspended and banned. And Mary Contrary,
Monica's Mary Contrary,
called a ceasefire to all her, Twitter people.
Wait a minute.
That were coming
Is
at
Monica
me.
on your side or she's neutral?
She's Mixoplex's broad.
Oh, wait, they date?
I don't know.
Wait a minute. But she's not on your
they're,
side. She's in with
No,
Mixoplex.
she hates me. So does
Okay.
Mixoplex. I
So
mean,
is
Mixoplex.
anyone on your side?
I have people on my side.
Yeah, but they're not. They're silent right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just won't tell people who they are, but they're in the ranks taking care of things.
Out on Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah, and wait a minute. So Monica then ceased fire. Why? Because she was on hit. Why would that help?
because they saw me basically going after people's accounts, attacking me, and Twitter was basically banning people.
Oh, so getting it
basically-
stopped was helping them.
So basically, they called a ceasefire because you know what? I was just at that point just reporting and snitching on everyone, and you know
Right.
what? Everybody hates a snitch, but let me tell you, Mixoplex, he's the biggest fucking rat snitch out there.
Well, he has a thing. Mixoplex
he's-
hates a snitch. It's a T-shirt he made up.
You know,
So wait a minute. With that your biggest defense, you snitch them and they get kicked off.
yeah.
Okay, and you know how to do that because you're experienced with Twitter, obviously.
Well, not with Twitter, just with computer stuff. Self-taught myself, tagging and designing and stuff like that.
Right.
And
Well, what's another example you said of you threatening to kill me or somebody? Is there another one? He said there's a couple of them.
I don't know. That's
Is that
the
what he
one
said?
we were talking
He said
about.
there's a couple of threats, Dan. Dan, try to do something. Help me with this. What did he say?
Yes, he said there were a couple of threats, but I don't know what they are. I don't go in on
I'm not
there.
asking you.
That's the only thing.
Let's play the other phone call.
That's the only thing that he was talking about, blowing you up. That's what I'm responding to.
Well, listen. In the vernacular of young people, that's a good thing. Blowing me up, right? I want to blow up. I'm trying to blow up,
Yeah.
actually. Okay, go ahead.
Trying to get those numbers up there.
Exactly.
Hi, Artie. I love you. This is Forza. I have a question for Stern Fan Nation. I was wondering why he hates women. I really hope it's not too late to get this question on the show. Love you, Artie. Bye, guys.
Okay, now I don't know Forna. Who's Forna?
It's actually Forza, like Forza
Oh,
Italia.
I was going to say,
Forza.
I thought it was short for
That's the way it's
fornicate.
spelled.
That would have been nice. Forza, like, is that Spanish or something? No, Forza. So what about that? You don't like women? That's what you're saying?
I do like women.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I get the same thing. Because these women, because you call them abroad, you don't like women. Of course I like women. Who's going to vacuum?
Well, actually,
Dan does that, huh? But I'm sure we like having sex with them, right? It's very difficult to talk to a woman. Do you find that? I mean, you shouldn't be, a great conversationalist. What about Twitter? Have you ever got laid on Twitter? Like from a chick you met on Twitter?
No, I've been married before I ever went on Twitter.
Now we talked about this. You have you're married. Are you still married?
Yes, I'm still married. Married for 7 years.
How's it going?
My great, beautiful wife, Victoria. She's actually listening right now.
Oh, well, we're not. Are we on live?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, she's
Well,
not. Is she in the room somewhere? Because I'm very paranoid. No, well, listen. You say the first time we talked for a couple hours on the phone. You say you do love your wife, and you feel bad sometimes if your anger does get the best of you, and you yell at her or something, right? And you have hard times. I did the same. I lost a lot of women.
It's what love's about, when you love somebody. Sometimes,
I try to say that it's passion, right? It's passion.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing. Are you all right?
No, Bob.
Because it's very distracting. Do you need medication? Are you on your medication? Dan, tell him to stop doing that.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
He keeps punching himself. All right. Because I really want to get to the bottom of this. There's great passion for the on the angry side out there, and I as the head muckety muck here, I want to try to stop this because I feel you guys are saying very vicious things to each other. And in a way, I feel bad for you because it's everyone against you, including Monica, Mary Contrarian, Mixoplex, and Gunner, Andrew Kurloff. Anybody else? What about the Rick from L.A.? What about him? Do you like him?
I don't know. I personally, any of those people, Mixoplex, Forza.
Forza, I don't know. Who's Forza?
She's somebody off of Blab, off of like Kermit and Friends type, Kermit and Friends type person.
I don't know what that is.
Somebody you shouldn't even be bothered
Kermit and
with.
Friends?
Don't worry about
like
her.
Kermit the Frog?
Yeah.
Are these all different Twitter factions you're throwing out there? It's fascinating.
Actually, Kermit and Friends is a show ran by Lisa Giordano and Bronk.
Who's Lisa Giordano? Oh, wait a minute.
Benji's girlfriend.
Right.
From the Stern Show.
Now, she was after my time. What did Lisa do that she wrote on the show? She texts me all the time. She tweets me all the time. She goes, we should talk because, I was there after you were there, and I have no interest. I haven't tweeted back. Should I? Do you like her, or does she not like you?
I think she's okay. I don't really know her, to be honest.
What about Benji? Is Benji weighed in on this?
I haven't really spoken to Benji either. I have no clue.
Have you spoken to anybody affiliated with Stern? And your Stern Fan Nation? I mean, what about you would change your name to Artie Fan Nation? And that hasn't happened. What happened there? I mean, I was very hurt. Is that still a possibility?
Well, I definitely have an idea for that. I'll speak to you off mic on that.
Why? Oh, because it's good. You want people to steal it. It's that good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't plan on talking off mic, so we have a problem. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Tell Dan. Now, what do you think of Dan as a go-getter, as a producer? I mean, you look at him here, the sweatshirt. Do you feel Dan screams type A personality? Do you think I scream type A personality?
Dan's a good guy. Dan's a good guy.
I mean, the two of us look like we've given up, right? I mean,
I think we all kind of look like we've.
I mean, you don't look like a young Trump either, but
yeah. I've given up to you.
No, but you said you're a comedian as well, right?
No.
Well, you said you were a comedian, right? You told me you were a comic. You're a writer, a comedic writer?
Well, I write, when I used to actually be a realtor for about 10 years. I used to write all the ads.
You do? Okay. Like, what were some of the ads you wrote?
I don't know, just advertisements for apartments, for buildings.
Like clever ads, like trying to win them with humor, like get them in the house with a humorous ad?
I just asked them to retweet if they want to buy the house. That's all,
So you came up with
to
that.
follow and fave and, do all the, make sure you reply too.
Did you copyright
reply at this number?
Did you copyright make sure you reply? Well, you said you wrote comedy. You were going to write me comedy. And then I may not have anybody write my comedy. Dan wrote one joke, but then it turned out to be a Harry Shearer line. What is that? His hotel? Your hotel. We have to find this out because I'm responsible for you. I want to make sure you have a room tonight.
Yeah.
What happened with your hotel? You tried to check in. What happened?
I tried checking in. I was supposed to stay at Stella.
Which Stella?
In Jersey City.
Okay. Why don't I know that? Stella is a hotel?
It's a corporate apartment or something.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
corporate apartment.
How'd you get hooked up with that?
I booked it up. I looked it up on Google and booked it on Google.
Have you ever heard of Hyatts and Marriotts? And, like, I never heard of a Stella, but go ahead.
It's basically a condo suite with basically a Manhattan view.
Oh.
Really nice apartment.
You've been in it?
I've seen pictures of it.
And you couldn't get in? What happened?
Apparently, I thought it was initially. I thought it was some sort of hotel type scenario, but it's not. I guess it's
A hotel scenario? What does that mean? You're allowed to stay there? A mint on the pillow? What is the hotel scenario? Overcharging for phone calls? I feel terrible. I'm going to make sure you get it. You know what? You couldn't get into Stella. This sounds like the work of Mixoplex. Is it possible Mayor Contrarian Mixoplex got to those people with Swartha?
Quite possibly.
This is intriguing. It's almost like you're James Bond, and you go to. Excuse me, I'm here for the my reservation at Stella. The name's Nation, Sunshine Nation. Sorry, sir. Some beautiful blonde goes. Sorry, Mr. Nation. Mr. Mixoplex has had his room. That's his room. Cut to you fucking her at the Marriott.
And we called the place, and it won't accept phone calls.
You called.
It only accepts email. We called because I felt bad.
Are you trying to pitch pennies here? How much? I mean, we gave you money, right? How much money did we give? We gave you like $30, right? To say
It was
what did we give you?
It was $200, right?
Of to stay in New York, God, the world's your oyster, Dan. What kind of cheap fucks are we?
Yeah.
No, it was he picked the place. I said, you pick the place, and he wanted to stay 2 nights, and we'll pay for one.
How did you find Stella? It's almost hard to find
on
something
the
that's
internet.
shitty.
It was one of those
scams,
Airbnb or whatever, Airbnb type deals.
Oh, B&B. Okay. What does that mean? Well, for Dan, it's boys in the beds. Yes, this boys in bed. Is my reservation ready? I emailed you. Who's Mixoplex? Did the Little League game get done yet? Because some of those kids are coming over. I teach some kids how to bund. Did the baby lingerie get there? You're not a pedophile, right? What's your name? Stern Fan Nation?
Not at all.
You're like adult women.
Yeah.
So the Stella thing's fascinating to me. So what are you going to do?
I'll figure it out. I always do.
No, I don't. We'll help you. I'll get you a room. I'll get you. Where do you like to stay? Where you want to? We'll get you a real hotel. Unless you like the B&B things. Were you going to some sort of convention or something?
No, just hang out for my birthday weekend. With,
what was your wife for
a
your
bunch of
birthday
friends.
weekend? Well, you have friends here?
Yeah.
Is it insulting if I don't believe that? Where are they? What friends are they?
They're in Long Island, New Jersey. They're basically spread around the tri-state area.
Do you know them from Twitter?
No. These are people that I've known for anywhere from 20 to 35 years.
Oh. So it's a 15-year thing.
Believe it or not, Artie, I'm actually a very loyal person.
I don't doubt that at all, by the way. I just think maybe, like a lot of us, maybe you hit some hard times, right? And
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're just loyal, though. It just means, you don't have any long-sleeve shirts, apparently. Now, is it cold up in Minneapolis?
It's been kind of cold. This year hasn't been that bad.
Where are you from originally? You're not from there, right?
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn?
Yeah,
right,
Brooklyn.
okay. Now, what happened?
I lived there, for 34 years.
Right.
And we basically decided to move out to Las Vegas.
Great
lived
move.
out there.
I couldn't. If I lived to live in Vegas, forget about it, man. Why did you move to Vegas?
Just change of scenery. At that point, I was taking care of my dad, and my dad, my dad and my sister, and
he was sick.
Yeah, he was basically going downhill since my mom passed, and there were basically too many memories of my mom in that house.
That's
and
hard. Yeah,
he just wanted to go to hotter weather.
Right. Oh, we want hotter weather. Yeah. So not Florida. Yeah. Florida's kind of like You went the road to Australia. You went out to Vegas. Was he like it out there? You had been there before. Like, is he a gambler? I mean, that's a different thing. Most people go to Florida, which is a little less. That's boring, I guess, compared.
Yeah.
You know, if you could look at a replica of the Eiffel Tower, it's always fun. New York, New York. Where'd you stay? Where'd you live in Vegas? By the Strip?
Probably about 20 minutes away. I actually lived.
Where'd you definitely live?
We lived in.
Probably. No, I'm kidding, right? So the comic in me. So you settled in Minneapolis. It's a weird road. I'm just trying to find that out. You sound like a productive person. Were you in sales? What career did you have?
I used to be a real estate agent for 10 years.
I could tell you're probably good at that.
Yeah.
And what happened?
My
You don't have to say everything, by the way. I mean,
yeah. Well, I decided to go into a different direction. I got into imports and exports.
Okay.
And
I think I got a feeling we should leave it there.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Is there something waiting for you at Newark right now that's alive? Well, it was, of course, all legal. I'm sure textiles, right?
I can't.
Steamed goods.
I can't really talk about that.
Okay. A lot of it from South America. I'm wondering at one point to embrace Twitter. Twitter comes and hits the scene, and you find out all your skills in writing stuff like make sure you call and buy this house, and all those skills writing witty stuff, work in 140 characters or less.
Yeah.
And how do you embrace Twitter and become such a Twitter legend? That I think Mixoplex is jealous of, by the way.
Hey, everybody can make up their own mind. You know?
I think they are. I think they. I mean, that's a lot of followers, dude.
I personally have a lot of good fans that are my regular fans.
I mean, 40,000 people for a non-celebrity. 40,000 people is.
And actually, I
mean, Bob is. Well, he's not a celebrity. I'm sure. 60,000 people is a lot too. I mean, Bob gets it from purely being funny, and this is just. Do you have a lot of Stern people? Would you report what happened on the show, like a Mark's Friggin' or something, or you just you comment on it?
I comment on it. Normally, I'm up at about probably 4:30 in the morning,
right?
And I'm normally up listening to the Stern show. When it starts off, and basically try to live tweet through the whole thing, and you live
tweet the show? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm glad I missed that era. Oh my God. Artie's sweating. Artie's sleeping. Artie's snoring through the Kathy Griffin Emmy speech. What's the matter, Dan? No, we don't. Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Why? Who's making us go?
They need this room.
For what?
There's something else after.
To fuck up my house? Mm-hmm. Well, let them come in here. Tell them to come in. I'm sorry, Stern Fan Nation. Would you like to? Do people? You like to go by SFN? Is that like a short thing for you, like on the show? Like you like that nickname? Do you have a nickname on Twitter? SFN or no? Well, do you have a personal hatred for people like Mixoplex? Because I just want to try to snuff that out. Because if one of you guys get hurt, I'd feel responsible.
I don't have any. He's basically a jealous stalker.
He is, right?
And you know what?
Of you? He stalks you.
Yeah,
okay.
I basically muted him and blocked him, and you know what? He'll still go at it, and at that point,
you blocked him from you, and he got all mad.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
He tags anyone that I tag or that I speak to personally, and
right.
But
well, I mean, listen.
It's what haters do.
Twitter. How often are you on Twitter? How many hours a day would you say you're on there?
It varies on and off through the day.
Yeah, you seem like you're on there quite a bit.
I juggle quite a bit of stuff, between Twitter, I also
sleep.
Well, sleep.
How often do you sleep? It doesn't sound like you sleep a lot. Like you're very, may I say, a go-getter. I mean, more so than me. You're tweeting. You're on the run. You're reminiscing. You're working on a marriage. You have children?
No, I don't.
Okay. You sure about that? Could it be a kid showing up from Vegas or 13-year-old chubby Filipino kid?
No, it's just me, my wife, and cats.
How many cats do you have?
We have 6 cats.
Right. Now, so you tweet, and how often do you have sex with the cats? You like to drink. You're sometimes I think you're like me. You mix drinking and tweeting. That's a bad thing, right?
Yeah. I've really tried to stop doing that.
Well, in your darkest times, I must say this, and I mean this as a compliment. In your darkest times, when you're in the depths of that, and you're tweeting out that stuff that really, quite frankly, scares me, because as a person who, listen, anyone who is a fan of mine and has promoted me the way you have, I have a certain affection for. I don't want to see anything bad happen to you. And when you're a good writer, even in those blackouts. Do you think you're in a blackout when you're writing all that stuff? It's very dark.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's dark funny. Like you can tell you're creative even in that.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for you the next day because you're always very apologetic, and I'm the same way with Twitter. When I do something that gets me in trouble, the next day you're like, oh my God,
And Artie, I definitely want to say this on air.
Yeah.
Artie. I sincerely, just really want to apologize to you. Not even to the fans.
Don't worry. I get. Don't worry.
Fuck the fans. Fuck Mixoplex.
Right.
Fuck all those people.
I love those guys, by the way, but I understand. I know where you're coming from. Right. For the record, I never took that person because I talked to you and I know you're going through pain. You have pain, and I have it too. And I never took it that way. I was actually worried about you. I want to make sure that when you come out of that and you see that stuff, it's so permanent.
Yeah.
You don't feel like harming yourself. You never feel like that, do you?
No.
Okay, because when you say it, I know you're kind of messed up, and dude. I mean, look, I've been there.
But
I'm not going to judge that, and I just want to make sure you're all right. You should be. In a way, this is a compliment because even in that blackout, you could tell you're a creative guy. Like that, right? It's pretty impressive what you put together. It's just you go, wow. Should we fly there and make sure he's okay? But saying that, apologizing it means a lot to me. I accept it.
Thank you.
And it wasn't necessary.
It means a lot to me for you to accept that.
And sometimes I did have a jerk reaction to you because people, and I apologize for anything I might have said, because I get angry and harsh, because people get you worked up.
Yeah.
They do. They get you worked up. I hate to say I fall for that, but on Twitter they fucking,
yeah.
Even like me, 17-year-old kid in Iowa just calls me fat. I'm like, you motherfucker. I go, fuck you. And he goes, you're fat and gay. I'm like, you motherfucker. How dare you? I said, you're fat shaming. What about politically correct stuff now? It's annoying, right? The calling someone fat. Fat jokes are now called fat shaming. Did you see that?
No.
Or fat shaming. Or body judging. In other words, Joan Rivers fat shamed Elizabeth Taylor. Not allowed anymore. You can't call somebody fat. Your thoughts? Political correctness is going to hurt you because you weren't edgy. What do you think about that?
Basically, everything nowadays is just becoming politically correct. You can't, you can't say the word nigger anymore. God forbid. Oh my God, Jerry. Actually,
well, is that something you like saying casually, or?
Well, actually, I have a story for you today, Artie. I actually
go ahead.
Called into
based on that.
Called into the Howard Stern wrap-up show one day.
When? How long ago? And you said nigger?
I actually called the King of Angry Blacks.
Wait, the King of all blacks?
The King of
Angry
all
blacks. The King of Angry
I got
blacks.
them all mixed
the
up.
King of Angry blacks is actually
Mixoplex, see what you're doing. You're mixing me the fuck up.
The King of Angry blacks is the guy who manages this apartment.
But the King of all blacks, he was basically doing some creepy shit, talking about like bets, purses, and shoes, or whatever the hell he was
the King
doing.
of all blacks is the guy. I loved King of all blacks. He was a guy who would say like, "You want a man wearing a Nike swish, fucking 1998 bullshit. I want to live amongst Jews, have mowing faucets and shit. I want to drive a BMW. My kid's hair is gonna be straight. I want to live amongst white people." That guy.
Yeah.
What was he saying about Beth's shoes?
He was just being pretty creepy, just giving Howard a call and asking him about, I believe it was Bet's like $3,000 shoes or something like that, and
right.
her $4,000 purse, and if his house out in Florida, I think it was in Florida or the Hamptons, if it had a bush over in the corner and the wall was like this, and just creepy stalker.
Well, like
shit.
stalkery stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's he's basically, at some point, he basically says on air, well, Stern, don't worry about all the people that, that your fans that are hating you, and fuck your fans.
Right.
I'm like, really?
King said that?
Yeah. So So I kind of got a little bent,
Right.
and I said, you know what, fuck that shit, man. I'm going to call up the wrap-up show,
Yeah.
and I'm going to tell them what the fuck I think about
Now, who does
Jay.
the wrap-up show still? Is it still Gary and John?
It's Gary and John Heim, and
They still have still those two guys are still doing it.
and normally a celebrity that Howard will never interview.
Right. Okay. So that's true. Like, in other words, yeah, some of the comics who used to be on the show are now they go on the wrap-up show. Like I think like Robert Wall and Richard Lewis have to go on the wrap-up show. That's so terrible. That's like, how do they tell those guys that? I think Gilbert might have been offered the wrap-up show. He just went, no, I'm not going. I mean, Gary's interviewing you. It's like, is this the pre-interview? Basically, what the pre-interview was for Gilbert last like 5 years ago is now the show. Well, so you called it and you said what?
Yeah, well, I basically told them, well, we all know for decades, I mean, King of All Blacks, he's been kissing Howard's ass all along, and Gary agrees with me and chuckles
everyone
and
knows
laughs.
Gary,
and,
of course, has been too.
And I'm like, for him to say something like that about the fans, I'm like, and I called him a slimy nigger.
Right. I remember the old days when that was fine.
And
well, I mean, look, that was only okay like in the 1880s on a plantation. I think even then it would whoa. Even then, I think Robert Reed in the Roots would have said "Oh, whoa, calm down there." Just go with Chicken George for now. And you called him a slimy.
Yeah, I called him.
Correctness is ruining radio.
Called him a slimy nigger.
Okay.
And this is live.
I mean, I object to the word slimy. Go ahead.
Before they cut back the tape, you hear Michael Rappaport in the background.
What's he doing there? Is he a co-host?
No, he's not. But he's been kissing their asses so hard that I guess he wants to be a co-host.
Well, he's a slimy wigger.
Yeah. Well, so
should have went with that.
So his reaction, actually, he's like, you'll never hear it on the actual show because Howard has a 90-second delay now,
right? And
you hear Rappaport in the background going, "Whoa, you can't say that," and blah blah blah.
Right.
And I'm just like, yeah, the King of All Blacks, he is a slimy nigger, and
right.
And Rappaport, you're a slimy wigger, you fuck.
Wait a minute, you stole my wigger. You did not say that for real.
Did.
You did?
I did. They
so
cut it out.
No.
They did.
Admit that I made it up and you just stole it.
There's a 90-second delay.
So there's no tape of it. Does anyone believe he didn't just steal that from me?
You'll have to ask Howard.
Yeah, next time we have brunch. Well, good for you because well, not good for you in the sense that I don't want to. That's a bit harsh.
But I did use it in the correct context.
He is African American. Well, I think here's the difference. In the old days, Howard would have let that on because he would have found it interesting that somebody has that much hate in them. Do you hate black people?
No, I don't. As far as the nigger word, it was more in reference that he was being a lowlife. As far as telling Howard,
you're right
to tell the fans to fuck off. Basically.
So you're saying you're one of those people that says the word nigger has many meanings. It doesn't have to be a black person. It's just a lowlife. It could mean white people, right?
It could pertain to anyone.
Right. Now, who does it? Give me an example of a slimy nigger who's white.
I don't.
You can't think of one.
Actually, I could think of one. A slimy white nigger is Mixoplex. Hey, we know that.
Are we sure he's white? Because that's a very hip name.
Supposedly, he's from Australia.
Oh, then he's definitely white.
So,
unless your plates in the background, that's his lips. Do you know any black people? Are you friendly with any black people?
I actually have black people in my family.
No.
I do.
How close? Cousins?
In-laws.
Really?
Well, not in-laws. Yeah, in-laws.
You have wedding? Are you sure they're not just waiters at a wedding that you?
Nope.
Now, in-laws. So wait a minute. So one of your female cousins or sister? Your sister married a black guy?
I'm not going to get into details.
Oh, you must have been devastated.
No, not at all.
No?
As you could see, personally myself, I'm heavily tattooed, so the way I look at my views on people,
right.
I'm a multicolored person, and I look at people for who they are, not
now,
for if you're
so a sister marries a black guy, Now, if he heard you call the King of All Blacks a slimy nigger, what would he feel like? Would he get mad at that? Would he be offended by that?
He would not, because he would totally get what I'm saying.
Do you have mulatto kids, like little cousins, half black?
I have nephews
that are multiracial.
that are mixed. Yeah.
Are they good looking? Because that's a good looking thing. Let me point to Miss Vanessa Williams, Mr. Derek Jeter. That's a good mix.
Yeah.
OJ's kids are in the very very much in hiding now, but they're excellent looking. So I mean, I hope they're good looking kids, because quite frankly, that is a Jasmine Guy. What about her? Remember her? No.
No, I'm not familiar.
Was you a big fan of A Different World, I assume?
No, I wasn't.
What's your favorite black sitcom of all time? Sanford and Son?
I would say, yeah, Sanford and Son.
Jefferson's.
Jefferson's Different Fruits.
You like the first line or the second line?
First one. You got to go with the first
You
one.
got to. The second one is just really nerdy. Too articulate. Are you a sports fan? You like the Vikings?
No, I'm not. I'm not a sports fan.
Non-sports fan. Now, it looks like you're in Minnesota to join ISIS eventually. What is it about Minnesota? We have a Minneapolis guy here. Why do all these white people who join ISIS, why are they all from Minnesota?
I have no idea. I guess there must be an ISIS population growing.
Well, there
up
is.
there.
I mean, right there,
Apparently so.
they're all from Minnesota. Yeah. Kirby Puckett, before he died of glaucoma, was in ISIS, right?
Prince.
Prince.
I've suspected him for years.
I would love Prince to join ISIS. Have you ever seen Prince walking around your neighborhood?
No, I haven't.
Good. That means your neighborhood went then. Well, what about Minneapolis music? Are you a Prince fan?
I know maybe the first, the Purple Rain album.
He's half
but I
Italian.
don't have-
He's half Italian, Prince. That's where the real anger comes from. Tiny guy. What about now? You're like me. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I assume your favorite Prince song is Raspberry Beret, of course, right?
Yeah.
Okay, of course. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a given. That's where I think me, you, and Mixing Place could have a common ground. So I want to get to the bottom of the hotel thing. Is there any other? Listen, I won't ask any questions. Can I give you? Is there any other place you can have sex with a kid that besides Stella that in New Jersey City? What's a B&B? Explain it to me, Dan. You yelled that out. What is that?
It's an Airbnb, which is you go online.
They have air conditioning.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you go online and you use someone else's apartment.
Right. To do what?
Right.
Do something illegal.
No, you use it. You're gonna stay. You're gonna stay there.
I'll meet you. Yeah. Did your mom let you have a cell phone?
And you rent it like a hotel room, and it's usually much cheaper.
You rent it like a hotel room.
Right. People stay at your house.
We're gonna bring a temporary rug. You're pitching? Isn't there a law you can only pitch 3 innings? Or you're gonna be late. Yes, I've got an area where you can put your cleats and everything. I'll do the laundry. So it has nothing to do with pedophilia at B&Bs. What about anything illegal? It sounds nasty. Are you just trying to save money? That's strictly it? I mean, you want to stay in another person's home?
No. It's,
Well, let me get you a room. Let me do that for you. How about, what do you like? What hotel chain do you like?
I would say Embassy Suites.
Okay.
I normally today is Embassy Suites.
Well, are there an Embassy Suites near here, Dan?
I think there's one in Jersey City.
Okay. There is? Oh, that's convenient. What about Manhattan? You want to spend the night, paint the town red of Manhattan? Do you like, you want to go by a comedy club?
Yeah.
Want to go by the Comedy Cellar?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm up for anything.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not coming. I mean, I'll give you the address.
Yeah.
Well, you a comedian. I thought we talked about that where you wanted to go to the Comedy Cellar. Now I'm wrong.
I personally never did an open mic, but I wouldn't.
You want to try it?
I would give it a shot.
I have a lot of clout in the business. I doubt I can get you a Thursday night spot at the Cellar. But you would do that tonight? You want to get up and try some stand-up? I know you said you wanted to do that maybe.
I don't think I would want to do tonight. No, that's
Not
way
tonight.
that's way too much pressure.
Oh, well, I mean, no, the places we're taking you, believe me, it's all other comics. Don't even listen to you. It's sad. But it's in a way when you get on stage. Have you gotten on stage yet for the first time?
No, I have not.
That's a big plateau, you know. It doesn't matter where it is. Once you do it, sort of get out of your head. I wonder if there's a place you could do stand-up and sleep, like a B&B, like a stand-up and B. An SU and B. An OMB&B, an open mic benefit. But is that a real aspiration? You say the comedy? Do you want to do stand-up?
No, that's not a big aspiration.
Oh, I thought. See, again, we were talking. I misread. I thought you wanted to do that.
It's something I would want to try one day.
Right.
Not as a career or anything like that.
Now, are your career goals involving Twitter? Like you want to evolve this Twitter into something where it's a moneymaker?
Yeah, eventually it will be.
How do you do that? Like, you got to get people, you know, this concept of paying a month or advertising. You know, how do you get that done? How do you monetize your situation there? Because you're onto something.
Well, as far as that, there are basically different things that you could basically, excuse me,
Right.
You basically get paid for affiliate type links. Where if you have a website,
Right.
and people click on your affiliate banners through different items that are being sold.
Yeah.
You basically get paid a percentage.
What are they based on?
whatever.
The amount of followers you have? Like, what do they base that money on? The amount?
Well, it depends on the company. Each company, say like Howard Stern, for example, some of his sponsors, say like Squatty Potty. I think if you sign up for an affiliate,
I haven't been there in a while. What's Squatty Potty? What is Squatty Potty?
It's actually a.
Where an adult learns how to shit or something? What is Squatty? What is it? That's hilarious. Do you know what the entire? We gotta go. All right, we're getting out of here. All right, we gotta go. We'll continue this. You can come upstairs. And we'll talk more up there. But yeah, you know, I'll give you some tribute. In the 8.5 years tribute, 8.5 years I was there, Howard was embarrassed to read only one commercial, and he asked me to read it, and I did one commercial. You know what it is? As a fan, do you remember?
No, I don't.
Ashley Madison. He just got serious with Beth. It's so funny how he called that. He looked at it and said, I'm not reading this. He goes, what happens if they hack into it? And the guy, the Ashley Madison guy, we had him on our old show. The guy, it never happened, but you're totally safe. And I'm not reading it because he was going to marry Beth. And I read it like, I'm joking. And he was fucking right. It's hilarious. Well, Mix and Plix, Gunner, Monica, as far as I'm concerned, you're in this conversation and in spirit. And we'll continue and we'll get, we'll see if the Little Leaguer can change the schedule and we'll get another hotel room for Dan and Stern Fan. Dan, you should change that sweatshirt. Who was that blonde? Who is she? She looks nasty.
She just started yesterday because the regular guy found out he's going to be out for like 3 months.
Who, Greg?
Yeah.
What happened?
He
to him?
got sick.
Sickle cell?
So that was Stern Fan Nation in the conference room of Artie's building because we were afraid to have him in the actual condo. But after about 25 minutes and after he borrowed $20 from me, I'm going to be honest, we moved him upstairs. And after we found out he didn't have a hotel room. But I don't want him turning on me on Twitter, so that's all I'm going to say. But that was part one. Like I said, the promo for today will be part two, which will be the next show. And now, from This Is Not Happening with Ari Shaffir, here is Artie telling the pig story. The producers of the show, I think it's in its second or third season, said it was the best story ever told on This Is Not Happening. Ari told Artie that. A lot of A's in this story. And we feel, and everyone has demanded, that they hear the uncensored version of the story, and Artie wanted everyone to hear the uncensored version of the story. So here is the pig story from Mad TV, Artie Lang. This Is Not Happening, and we still have no electricity here in the condo. Bye.
This first comic, what an honor to introduce him. He's absolutely hilarious, a legend in stand-up comedy. Please give it up for my friend and yours, Mr. Artie Lang, everybody.
My story has to do with cocaine. And, yeah, but listen, I've had a love affair with cocaine, love-hate affair, you know, it's, I mean, I'm the only guy who ever got fat on cocaine, as far as I went to rehab for coke. I swear to God, this is a true story. I'm in group therapy, and this black kid walked up to me and said, "What are you pouring that shit on cheeseburgers?" God damn, you're the fattest cokehead I've ever seen. That's how black guys talked in my rehab. I went to rehab in 1888. Okay. Here's the story. I come out here in 1995 to do a show called Mad TV. It was a sketch comedy show. Oh, well, all right. Thank you. I mean, the show was, it was fun. I was 27 years old, came out here, and the first time I was ever out here was a screen test for Mad TV. And I came out here with a job, making like 10 grand a week, and it was great. The problem was I brought from New York City a massive cocaine problem. And I somehow had a coke problem with $40 in my pocket in New York. Now I had 10 grand a week, okay? And I literally would intercept the checks at Mad TV. I would go to the accounting office at Mad TV before it went to my agent. I would get the check, I would cash it, I would send like $4 grand to my mother because she needed it. I would put $6 grand in my pocket and walk around LA like I was Jack fucking Nicholson, And, I had a blast, but, I was on a train that was going to hit a mountain. That was moving real fast. So a lot of the sketches on Mad TV we did film parodies, okay? Because that's Mad. It was based on Mad Magazine. And, you did these bad puns of movie titles. And we'd have a pitch meeting to pitch this stuff. And I would just say stuff as a joke. Like instead of Dead Man Walking, I'd say Ed McMahon Walking. As a joke in the back. Cut to me in 3 hours of prosthetics as Ed McMahon. Stuff like, one time I pitched, they told us that Tori Spelling had agreed to do a guest spot on the show. And I pitched the Tori Spelling Bee. And it was the Tori Spelling Bee. And she would, have to spell words, and she would have to use words in a sentence. And the one word she would have to spell was nepotism. And then usually in a sentence, and the sentence was her looking right at the camera going, "I like nepotism." So stuff like that. So one of the sketches we did was called Babe Watch. And that was Babe the Pig in Baywatch. My hand to God. So guess who played Babe the Pig? Come on. And there was a lot of fucking money for these sketches at the time. We had a big budget, so we shot it on location in Malibu. It was a 2-day shoot. I go out there, I had to be there at 4 a.m. to get 3 hours of pig prosthetics, a pig face, a pig snout, 6 teats, the bikini top on each one. That was a joke, And you didn't see us at the Emmys a lot back then. So anyway, yeah. So 6 teats and a pig snout. Now the woman who did the makeup was the best in the business at this. So 3 hours of prosthetics, I looked like a fucking pig, man. I looked in the mirror and I was like, my God, I had a pig snout covering my mouth and my nose and the ears and all that shit and the teats. So I go back to my trailer. We got about an hour before we're shooting. I go back and I start eating. Now I catch a glimpse of me in the mirror eating. Guys, I'm a fucking pig. I'm a pig eating. This is not why I signed up for this. I don't want to be in show business to be this, So I really started to freak out. It was like a 14-hour shoot. And I said, I'm not going to get through this without cocaine. Not going to happen. So my coke dealer in New York hooked me up with this guy, a contact he had in LA who was a coke dealer. And this guy, he was a Rastafarian guy. I don't want to be, racial, but they just happen to dominate that business. And And he was the best cocaine dealer ever. He was always right on time. You called him, he was like, I'm there, you know. He was always at a party, no matter what time of the day it was. He was like that. He's like Harvey Keitel in Pulp Fiction, you know. The wolf, like, you sending the wolf, baby? That's cool in the gang. So I call him. I call him from the set. And I go, dude, you gotta meet me on the Pacific Coast Highway. We're in Malibu, by Oxnard. He goes, you gotta meet me. I gotta get something from you. I gotta get an 8-ball from you. And he goes, all right. Can you get to this restaurant, Duke's? Can you get to the restaurant on the Pacific Coast Highway? And I'm like, yeah, I think I can. So I hang up with him. I look around. Now I'm in every shot of this sketch. I look at the assistant directors, and not looking for 2 seconds. I run to my car. I get in my car, and I speed the fuck away. I just speed away. I'm doing like at 90 miles an hour. Looking, I'm telling you, exactly like a pig. I do like 90 up the highway. It took about 20 minutes. I get to Duke's. I pull in. He's already there. The fucking guy. He goes, we had a brunch at Duke's? What happened? Because, I mean, anyone here who does drugs, you got to score, coke or heroin or, we all know what it's like to score heroin, right? I don't know. I was at a church social. Sorry. So, they're never there. These guys are never there. So you're supposed to meet them, in Brooklyn, and you get a call a half hour later. The guy goes, like a Puerto Rican guy going, yeah, man, I'm in North Carolina now. Excuse me? Because I'm in Brooklyn. Wait, yeah, man, I'm sorry, I fucked up. Can you get to North Carolina? This guy was efficient. Okay. So I get there, I get out of my car, I run to him, he gets out of his car. Now, I never told him I was on a TV show because I was afraid to, share my life with him. And I forget myself. He sees me get out of this car, dressed exactly like a pig. And he looks at me, and he's so fucking funny. I'll never forget the look on his face. When I retell this story, this might be the funniest fucking part. He looks at me and goes, damn, man, what kind of crazy shit are you into? I was at some crazy drug party, people dressed like pigs, like the Eyes Wide Shut orgy scene, What's the other password? So I said I had to come clean. Oh no, I'm on a TV show. I'm doing a sketch. I'm Pabe the Pig. It's a long story. And then he goes, you on a show? What show you on? And I go, Mad TV. He goes, oh, damn, I said, look, can we talk about this later? I just need the coke, He was starstruck for a second. So I get the cocaine from him. I can't pay. I don't have anything on me, but he was, again, the best drug dealer ever. He took credit. He goes, oh, fine, don't worry about it. So I grabbed the coke, and now I'm so freaked, I got to do something. I have to do something immediately just to get myself ready for what I'm going back to. I get back in my car, and anyone who's ever had a cocaine problem knows what a key hit is. You put, if you don't have a straw, you put some coke on a key. You know this, right? I apologize. You look really grossed out by me, but for a ton of reasons. But so I put some coke. Again, forgetting what I look like. I put some coke on the end of a key. I go to do it. I can't get the coke through the pig snout. I can't do it. So now I'm thinking, I'm the only one in the history of the world who's ever had this problem. So now 3 hours of prosthetics I went through, okay? And I'm trying to get the fucking, key through the thing. I can't do it, so I'm like, fuck it. I make a decision. I break the fucking nose, which means when I get back there, it's going to be an hour of fixing it before we shoot. I'm in every shot. So I break the fucking pig nose. I do a couple of blasts. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Now I get back on the Pacific Coast Highway. I rush back towards Oxnard. I stop at a light at Topanga Canyon, and I figure I'm going to do another hit. It's broad daylight. It's like 8 in the morning. So I do another hit. I got it up to my nose like this. I look over, and there's this beautiful woman in a Lamborghini. This is the look on her face. And I realize she's looking at a pig driving a car doing cocaine. Then I'm thinking, fuck her. It's LA. It's probably the third time she saw that day. At this point, I have no, I'm like, fuck it, I don't care who sees what. So I do another hit, I drive, I get to the fucking set. Everybody wants to kill me. But they can't really say it yet because we got to do 14 hours of shooting. So they see that my fucking nose is fucked up. They have to redo my nose. And, we start shooting and everybody couldn't stay. Look, I was a fuck up. Every 2 hours, I broke the nose again to do coke. And every 2 hours, she had to fix it. And she knew what was going on. I wasn't fooling anybody. So this happens. We get through the day, and it's a nightmare. So we had to shoot the next day. They got us a little motel right on the ocean there, which was next to the shoot. So I go in. I fall asleep. They rip all the shit off me. I fall asleep in the bed. I wake up the next morning. At some point during the night, every bad thing in my body must have just fell out of me. I shit the bed. And I had a lot of bad in me. I wake up, the scene in The Godfather, the horse's head, where he wakes up, he sees all the blood. I was like, ah! Ah! I had shit all over the bed. I was late, I had no time to clean it up. I took a steaming hot shower. Steaming hot. Took everything off, got dressed, ran out. I had no time. We were checking out of the hotel. I had no time to clean up. So I just threw the bedspread over all the shit. It was a river of shit. I just threw it over the fucking thing and left. What could I do, I had no cash for a tip. Which is very rude. And I got there, I got through the day, everything was fine. So we're driving home, and I'm thinking about the hotel, and I'm worried about it. I'm like, I'm just going to have to be embarrassed by that. But then I realized the room wasn't in my name. The room was in the name of the first assistant director. This guy, Josh, if they want to blame somebody, they're going to say, this guy, Josh, shit the bed and didn't clean up. Which got me off the hook, but it made me feel happy. It really did. The Rasta guy, the coke dealer, again, he was the single coolest motherfucker as far as fast living, didn't care. About 2 years later, I found out that he was in a metallic blue Corvette, driving with this chick he dated up a winding street up by Northern California. He was doing like 100 miles an hour, veered off, hit a 18-wheeler, and just the two people disintegrated. That's how he died. So he's dead. And I'll tell you what, in the weirdest of ways, and this is why I'm a fuck up in life, and I care about all the wrong things. In the weirdest of ways, I miss that motherfucker more than anybody I've ever met in Los Angeles. My name's Artie Lang. That's my story.